Hey everyone, it's Erin, aka Grishno, and on this channel I always like to share part of me, different elements of my life, and over the last couple years there's been one that Morgan and I have been doing together. It's just been so much fun. I haven't really shared about it here. I've posted, like on my Instagram and stuff, different things that I'm doing, but there's so we like to do pottery. This is like a little one that I made this week. There's another one. It's got a little color there. So slide them on the bottom and stuff. And I've always liked to do art and stuff that's expressive. Blogging is certainly an element of that. And so I wanted to actually try something. I'm hoping that the sound works. It's sort of far away. I'm trying a tripod setup. We'll see. Anyway, that's the old stuff. So I was gonna tell you about why I didn't come on last week. And we were going from week 2 of the shelter in place to week 3, and honestly I felt like the second week wasn't that bad because it was okay, I get it, but it was the third week where you're still, and that's what, so it was a rough week. And then finally get to the weekend, right? I've been cooped up at work because I'm not going around touching things outside when I have to be at work. So I'm usually cooped up during the day. I'm the only one in the office, and I'm just gonna grab a big hunk of clay right here. I'm just gonna make something about it. So finally get to the weekend, and wouldn't you know it, beautiful, rainy, Northern California weekend. After it had been just beautiful days on Thursday, Friday, and everyone was home because most people are at home and could be outside and stuff like that if they were careful. But I was cooped up at work, and so then it was raining, and I couldn't make I'm just gonna center this. I couldn't make a video on climbing because it was raining outside, and that's where I can climb on my porch. So I'm just gonna try and center the clay first off. That's the thing. We're using a soul date right now. It's got sand, so it's pretty stable. I like to bring it up, push it back down. And this stuff, like I said, is pretty stable. We have B-mix, and I've worked with porcelain and stuff like that before, where you have to be a lot more careful. And this stuff, I feel like you can kind of throw around a little bit and play with it. But centering, obviously, this is setting yourself up for success later. This is one of the most important things. I feel like a lot of times people rush it because they don't enjoy it as much. But by bringing it up and then sort of holding my arm stable as I push it down, I can create a really nice center on it. I like to try and clean up the base a little bit before I actually start throwing, because I don't want to do a lot of trimming later. I want to, sort of spend the time on the details and not have to just trim a whole bunch off. And it makes it less likely to explode and things if you don't have a big base, things like that. Anyway, when I center, I like to use my thumbs. So going in there. Oh yeah. Oh man. Pulled a little bit off, so I'm gonna be uneven on top, but a little bit of a wobble. It's not great. It's not the greatest. But I'm just gonna go in and try and get a real flat bottom in there, which is appropriate for me. But womp womp. And there you go, butt jokes. That's why you come here, for butt jokes. So once I get the flat bottom, I'll spend a little bit of time getting it because I don't want to have to be reaching down in there once I do something. Then you can try and bring it up. So I'll grab it and just sort of pull on both sides, keeping it really stable. There we go. So a little uneven at the top. Bring that in. It came off a little sloppy. And I like to reshape it a little bit. If I want to go higher, you want to sort of go in more towards the top. This one's pretty deep and pretty narrow. So let's see what I can do. All right, not bad. Not bad. So now that I have a basic shape, probably gonna grab one of my tools. That's one of the funnest things. Is all the different tools that we have. This kind of clay, wooden triangle for that kind of finish. I'm gonna come in and just sort of dry it up a little bit, try and even it out. It's a little bit of unevenness in the bottom. Nobody said I was a pro. I've only been doing it for a couple years. But then I can use the outside of it as a very sort of stable edge as I pull up, right? Whew. So there's the cylinder, and maybe I want to make a shape with it. So I'm gonna pull out, this is one of my favorite tools. We just got it, I don't know, it says W20, but it's got this like really great shape, right? So there's like a pointy edge and a thick edge. We'll just go in with in the bottom with the thick edge. And what we're gonna do is just push it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. You can see that. So if I keep that same angle, I can try and smooth out the outside. Just provide a little bit of pressure. Okay. We're sort of bringing in the shape at the top, right? So I've gone through on the inside, smoothed it out. I'm gonna try and give it a collar, I think. I'm just gonna come in with both hands like this. I'm creating one shape. One shape. Oh. Anyway, this week is a beautiful week. It's a beautiful weekend outside. It's a little overcast, but beautiful week. Beautiful weekend. And let's see. I think I want to bring this out just a little bit more on the inside. There we go. I think I heard Morgan's home. Now we've got some loud cats. Ooh. She's been working too. We've both been very fortunate that we're both able to work and keep our jobs at this point. So trying to count the blessings, honestly. Because I know a lot of people are having a hard time out there right now. And honestly, the best thing that I've found is to just find, something, anything that you can just focus on for a little while. I've been doing this. Check out that bra strap. I've been doing this for a little while. Made a few things. You saw the cups I made at the beginning. Whew. All right, just gonna get these pants all muddy and stuff. But honestly, just finding a thing that you can focus on just for a little while. Gotta find a wire. There we go. That aren't, dying in a pandemic. That's, if you can just focus on one little thing that's not that for just a little while, then you'll be fine. What a mess. So, What I wanted to hear from you, though, the question I have for you guys is, what are you doing to try and get everything together and get through? How are you handling it? What's your hobby? What's your thing that you can do to pass the time? You can just sort of focus on doing what you want. Focus on bettering yourself. Focus on a little bit of me time. So anyway, there it is. It's not perfect. I could have trimmed the bottom a lot better, but there it is. I threw a pot live from my garage on YouTube. So thanks so much for watching, and honestly, stay safe, wash your hands, and until next time, I'm Grishno. I'll see you later.